Hey everyone, and welcome to this video. So today I got a bit of a different video for you. It's going to be a how-to video. Now, this is someone I know, they're a Mustang. They don't want the plates shown, so I'm going to respect that. But this window here actually has a problem. And I'm not sure if it's common, but the bracket that actually holds the glass to the regulator broke off on this particular one. Now, the only way to get this, short of junkyard, which is what we did actually, I got one from the junkyard, and actually you've seen that in a video, the 2004 40th anniversary Mustang. Anyway, so that's for this window right here. Now it's kind of a pain to get to. I'm going to explain the tools you need to get it. But the reason this is so important to replace is because in order to get this sunroof down, not a sunroof, convertible top down, you have to have your e-brake on, you have to have these windows down in order for the power convertible top to come down. Now it's kind of a pain to get out, but we'll show you how to. And the tools you'll require, pretty sure this is all of them. This isn't a requirement, but I'm going to use it because it makes it easier. You can use these little adapters here with an impact driver. It doesn't have to be a DeWalt one, but DeWalt is one of the better ones. You'll need a flathead screwdriver, a pair of side cutters. If you have them, a panel popper is excellent, but I don't have a pair of those, so I'm going to work with side cutters to do it. It works, it's just not as good. And for ratchets, you'll need, and socket sizes, you'll need 8, 10, 13. So, without further ado, I'm going to explain first. Step of it is we have to get the back seat out. So basically, to get to this window, the whole back of the car has to come out, which is kind of a pain, but it's not terrible to do, as I found out at the junkyard the other day. So to get this out, we'll get these pieces of glass out of the way first. And this is the new one right here. You can see this one has its thing mounted on it still. It looks like it might just be siliconed on, but that one fell off. I don't know if it rotted off. I don't know if it just fell off, but it's off now. So to pop up these seats, and I can't show you popping them up, but there is a button. If you reach under on each side, I don't see this side right now. Ow. This car really hates me. I don't like this car. So there's a button on either side you have to press and pop up the bottom, and the bottom just slides out, like up, then out, and that's right out. And underneath of there's two 10mm bolts. There's one on this side, one on that side, and then you simply lift out the back seat. It's actually quite simple, but I have a feeling I'm gonna have a hard time getting the bottom on this one out because this side, I have no visibility to the button. So we'll get right to it. We'll get the seats out, and then we'll show you from there what you have to do to get this panel out of here to gain access inside the door. So we're gonna get right to this part now, and we'll show you the next step once we're ready. Alright, so a little bit of complication we had. These buttons are incredibly tough to deal with. And there you go, you can see better. These buttons are incredibly tough to deal with after they sit for years. You don't have to move them much, but they are not fun to deal with, that's for sure. What I did was I used a screwdriver and I tapped it with something to knock them in that little bit to pop the seat up. And under here, I was told on a video, these were 10mm back here, but that was a mistake. These are actually 18, so you will need an 18mm as well. And as you can see, the bottom of the seat is loose, and There you go, we'll show you. There's two clips up here, and basically all you do is pull this back. You want the seat belts out of the way first, and then pull this back, lift the seat up, and this piece comes right out. So a really nice and simple process, and as you can see, this one has the Mach audio system, which gives you those amps too. We'll put that to the side, and now what we have to tackle is getting these out here. Now, how I deal with these when you don't have a panel popper is typically I'll take a flathead here and just, oh, come on, make a space enough so you can get side cutters in there. Don't pinch the side cutters too tight, or else you will cut these panel clips, but just grab it enough so you can pry them out. So I'm gonna do that, and then we'll show you behind this panel what else you have to take off. It is kind of involved, and you have to take off a little bit more beyond this panel to get to this glass right here. But we'll show you that once we have this panel off. Okay, so I got this panel out of the way. I didn't take it out because it's really not necessary to completely remove it, but it was just a clip here. I forgot to mention the clip here, and then there's a couple little ones right here that you have to remove. But other than that, it's really straightforward to take them out. But now that we're onto this step, the easiest way I find is to take out the seat belt, which is two 10mm here, a 13mm here, and then to gain access behind, you do have to remove this whole speaker box. So use your flathead to assist you in removing these two plugs. If you need help with that, use the flathead. And then in here, there is, I think there's three. There's one, two, it might be just two actually. There might just be two T20 screws right here, which here and right over here, which I'm gonna do with the impact driver as well. It just makes it easier, quicker, and such. So I'm just gonna do the impact driver, but you don't require to use the impact driver. So like I said, we'll take out these two 10s, this 13, take out these two plugs and these two T20s, and then there's a sheet back here that you have to pull off behind. It's like a water barrier, and then you unplug the seatbelt alarm thing, which is right there. I'm thinking we might want to disconnect the battery for that, because I'm not sure if that'll trip any check engine light or airbag light or anything if I do that. So I'm going to disconnect the battery too, just to be safe. So we'll get this pulled apart, disconnect the battery, and we'll get back to you. Okay, so this piece is out. There was three actually torqued bolts. There was one right down here as well. I completely didn't see that one. But this is out, the seat belt bracket's out, and this wiring is actually for the power window motor. I thought it went to the seat belt. It looked like it went to the seat belt, but it didn't. It went to here. And there's a plastic sheet that goes over this attached to it with this black tar stuff. Now you just pull that out of the way. There is clips. I just popped the wire out of the clip so that I could get access in here. But now what we have to do, we do have to drop this down to get access to the three bolts that hold the window in. So we're going to take out these two, which are, I believe, 10 mil. Let's see. Or no, those are 11, I think. So these are 11, I believe, and this one down here, probably a 13. Let me see right now. Yeah, that's a 13 at the bottom, and it's 11s at the top. Then once you take those three out, this will drop down in this cavity to gain access to the 1, 2, 3 bolts in here. Because currently that one is up here is buried behind this, so I can't get a socket in there unless you had a swivel, which I don't have a swivel on me right now, so we're gonna have to just drop this down. It's only 3 bolts. If you have a swivel, it makes it easier though. Anyways, so we're gonna get this dropped down, and we'll show you the part that actually fell off the glass, and maybe by the looks of it, someone has been in here before though. So we'll get this done, we'll get it fixed. Okay, so as you can see, we got this out now. This is the piece that actually came dismounted from the window. I don't know how it did, because that's silicone. Usually that just doesn't come off, but it did in this case apparently. Now this was a tinted window, so they will have to retint the window, and the only way you can get this window is if you buy the regulator and motor, I think, which is upwards of $600. At the junkyard it is much cheaper, so that's the way we're opting. So basically what we're gonna do is we're just gonna slide the window down through here again. It should fit just fine, and then we're gonna mount it in the same spot it was in. So we'll get to that, we'll wrap it all up, and then we will show you the finished product with it working, with all the windows working again, and how this is supposed to function properly with the whole convertible top up and down thing. Because I mean, it still works obviously because the convertible top's down, but the glass was just dislodged from the regulator. So we'll get this wrapped up now and show you it working. Okay everyone, so it is back together now. As you can see, we've got the back seat in. It did fight a little on the bottom. It did not want to clip back in too nicely, but we did manage it. And everything is clipped back in nicely. Clips are all back in, bolts are all back in. So now we're going to show you how this is supposed to function, and well, you'll see it from about right here, and this is how it's supposed to be working, but unfortunately it did not work out because of this window. I think you have to have the door closed. So as you can see, you put it up just like this, and you pull, there's a handle in the middle you pull down on. And then flip that. Then you put all your windows up, which that's how that's supposed to go, but that one fell out. So as you can see there, every window lines up now, but to put that down, that window has to be down. You release your clips, pop it up, and then push the button in the center console and it folds right back. Now it's working properly, and well, you don't have to lodge the window in anymore. So I guess that will be all for this video, and now that it's working properly, the owner does not have to mess with this window lodging it in anymore. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button as well as subscribe for more. Have a great day everyone.